In 2025, I went on a low buy year, and one of my rules was to not buy any products, only replacements of those products. And I ended up failing. So at the end of the year, I reflected on what made me fail. So I've created a new system to bring down my product inventory and to condense my collection into an inventory that I am genuinely happy with and am satisfied with all the products that I have. Hello, my name is Alex. I am on a road to minimalism. If you want to check out that playlist, you are more than welcome to. I will have it pinned somewhere. I've been posting a lot recently and I was a little bit iffy about whether or not I wanted to post a product inventory, but people wanted it. It keeps me accountable as to what my goal is for this year when I feel like I have a lot of products that I don't exactly need. I'm going to go over a few disclaimers first. If you want to get right into the product inventory, I'll leave the timestamps below, but I do want to talk about a little bit of my system. Number one, I was on the fence about making this video because I don't want to promote products. A big reason why I failed my low buy year goals in 2025 was because of project pan content and product inventory content, because I was being introduced to so many new products through that content that I was like, oh my god, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. In turn, failing my project. So when I talk about my products, I'm not going to talk about the performance, I'm not going to talk about the quality. I'm trying to get rid of almost everything. So everything that I have, clearly I don't want. I also don't want to put any products on a pedestal. Majority of the products that are on the market aren't life-changing, and none of the products that I have are life-changing. All right, so one of the things that I did differently this year is to create a spreadsheet. I got this from Vivian. She makes a lot of project pan content. I will leave her linked. She basically offered her spreadsheet up for anyone to grab, so I grabbed it and I adjusted it. So I'm going to go through each category in the spreadsheet and I'm going to talk about it. Okay, I really hope this is recording because it would be really unfortunate if it wasn't. So this is my spreadsheet. This is the main page. This is the overview. At the beginning of December of 2025, I had 58 items, and then at the beginning of January 2026, I had 60. That had a lot to do with Christmas. I've decided to color coordinate each category. Red if I increased, green if I decreased, so I can just see my progress overall. I do want to note that there are some items that I did not include in this, mainly because I share a bathroom with my brother, I live with my parents, and they also pay for some of the stuff. There's 3 things that are not included in here. Everything else is included because it's either mine or I bought it specifically for me. So at the beginning of January, I have 60 items. So let's go through the categories. There's these 2 front ones right here. I'm going to talk about those at the end. We're going to go immediately into the products with category number 1, sunscreen. I have 3 items in my sunscreen category. I have a 30 SPF body sunscreen. I have a tanning oil, and I have a zinc stick. I like to use the zinc stick a lot when I'm training. I need something that stays and it doesn't get off with water or sweat. One thing to note about the prices, I live in Mexico, so all of these are in Mexican pesos. For each product, I like to put when I got the product, when I started using the product name, the price, and any notes. A lot of time when there's a dash, it's either I didn't buy it, it was gifted to me, or it's so old that I forgot the price. Okay, now let's go into body. This is one of the bigger categories. I have 3 deodorants, one of which is a mini that I like to keep in my bag just in case I forget, which I have forgotten, and it has been a lifesaver. I have glycolic acid. I have 4 bars of soap. One of them is like a eucalyptus soap. One of them is a classic hypoallergenic soap. And then 2 of them are local handmade soaps. I have unscented moisturizer and baby powder. Both of these I use to wax. I wax my armpits, so this is what I use. I have Deep Blue for any soreness that I have or muscle irritation. I have Barnicil, which I use for my piercings whenever they're irritated. And then I have Colicort. Preferably, I would only have 1 bar of soap at a time. And then when it comes to deodorants, I would prefer to only have 1 deodorant and then 1 mini deodorant. Everything else is pretty chill. There's a lot of things I wouldn't repurchase. Like the deodorants that I have right now, I wouldn't repurchase. I don't know why I was dropping $20 on deodorants. And then glycolic acid, I'm not going to repurchase because it didn't really do anything for me. So that's all for body. I have 13 items in the body category. Now let's go on to the face category. Let's start off with what my dermatologist gives me to use on my face. I have a cleanser, I have a moisturizer, and then I also have this. This is more like chemically, and it is harsh on my skin, but it gets the job done for what I need it to do. Then everything else is stuff that I've bought myself. So technically unnecessary things. I have a skin exfoliator. I have 2 more moisturizers, mainly because I'm trying to find a substitute to this one. Because number 1, it is so expensive. And number 2, I don't think it's cruelty free, which is unfortunate because I've been using this for like 5 or 6 years and it's really the only one that works for me. I bought this one first and it is really, really heavy. And then I ended up getting a lighter one to try out. These 2 don't have the main ingredient that this one has. So if I were to continue using one of these, I would find a serum that has the main ingredient of the moisturizer that I'm using to see whether or not I can get away with just that. I have a barrier serum. I have an eye cream. I got some pimple patches. I have like the normal invisible ones and then the bigger, wider ones. I got micellar water for removing makeup, and then I got a lash serum. I got the lash serum because I'm trying to use up my mascara. My mascara is waterproof. A lot of my lashes have been falling out when I remove that mascara, so I just wanted aid in the growing of my eyelashes while I'm getting through that mascara. So that's all for the face category. Now we're gonna go into the hair category. As you can see, I do have duplicates. Now that's because I have a little bit of a scarcity mindset. A lot of the products that I use, I can't access here in Mexico. The only way I can access these products is for someone to bring them from the United States to me to Mexico. So whenever I try out a product and I think that there's a chance that I would like it, I buy 2 of them. I had bought 2 glycolic acids, I bought 2 argan oils, I bought 2 rosemary oils. Not the best thing in the world because if I don't like the product, then I'm gonna have to go through 2, which is the case for a lot of the products that I have. For my duplicates, I have a leave-in conditioner, hair toner, and then I have a hair lightener. I have this huge ass shampoo that I'm using. I have rosemary oil, this blue mask that I use once a week. In May, I dyed my hair brown for funsies. As you can see, I'm a dirty blonde and it stained my hair orange. So ever since then, I have been trying to find a solution to fixing my orange hair. So I bought the toners, try to remove the yellow, and then I'm like, wait, it's a little bit more orange than yellow, so I bought the mask. So a lot of these things are unnecessary. They were things that I'm like, oh my god, I need to fix this situation, so I bought those. I'm in a good situation right now. I think once these products are used up, I'm not gonna replace them. I have some argan oil, and then I have some hairspray. I have 11 hair items right now. Preferably, I would only have 3. So that would be the rosemary oil, that would be the shampoo, and then the conditioner, which is not included in here because it's shared. All right, let's go over my makeup. Makeup is the biggest category that I have. I have 16 items. I have some bronzing drops. I don't really need them because I'm always in the sun. For powders, I have a setting spray for my concealer. I don't wear foundation, so I just wear concealer. So that is the setting powder for my concealer. I have a highlighter, and then I have some glitter that I use. It's in between a glitter and a highlighter. Ideally, this would be together, like these 2 would be conjoined. For going out or for funsies, I have a little glitter liner. This one is a lot more thicker glitter. I have 2 mascaras. One of them I'm working on right now and is waterproof. I have my concealer. Once this is used up, I'm probably not going to buy concealer again. I have this lipstick that I use as blush, a little freckle pencil for when it's winter and my freckles are gone, so I like to add a little bit. The rest of the items are lip items. I have a lip tint, I have 3 glosses, and then I have a tinted lip balm. A lot of the lip products are pretty unnecessary for me. I've been using them as chapstick because they are hydrating and they add a little bit of color. It's definitely going to take a good amount of time to get through all of them. Ideally, I wouldn't wear makeup. I just want to prioritize my skincare and just have healthy skin so I don't feel like I have to wear makeup. Okay, now we're going to go to lips and mouth. I only have 2 things for the lips and mouth category, and that is a chapstick and a lip scrub. I am halfway through the lip scrub and I've had it for 2 years. So that's gonna take a very long time to use up. And then the last category is other or miscellaneous, and that is aquaphor and a cuticle oil. Those are all my categories, so let's go over what my goals are. What am I trying to do with this? Obviously, I mentioned my preferred quantity per category, but how am I actually going to do that? So this little tab right here takes me to the ins and outs. What is leaving? What is coming in? This is from January of this year. 2 of them I used up, 2 of them I removed from my inventory. So currently right now I've used up or removed 4 items this month, technically making my inventory to 56. And then in here are my mini project pans. So I had some goals for December, and now here are my goals for Q1. I mentioned this in my 2026 low buy goals, but I want to experiment. I want to try out new skincare, but I also want to be conscious of what I am bringing in and out of my life. So for every quarter, I have a goal to reduce my max amount of inventory by 5. So at the end of Q1, I do have a goal to have the max be 50 items. So I have to have under 50 items by the end of Q1. And then by the end of Q2, I am going to have under 45 items, 40 and then 35. So by the end of the year, hopefully, I will only have 35 items in my inventory. I think it could be done. It's really gonna let me stop and think about what I am bringing into my inventory, because I know I can use all of that stuff up, but then I have to take into account the things that I'm bringing in and whether or not that's going to affect anything. But I am confident that I can do this. I'm pretty sure I'll have quarterly updates of my inventory just so I can keep my accountability, as well as you guys can see what I am using up. Okay, that is it for my product inventory. Let me know if you're also trying to reduce your inventory as well. What does your system look like? Is it going to be similar to mine? Is it going to be a little bit different? Let me know. This was really fun to make, and it's also going to be really fun to look back on. I will catch you guys later. Bye-bye.